Evoke. Here you can see a login screen on a Windows computer, just working in a browser. And if I log in to the app, it shows the menu for navigation down here on the left, and it's showing it as a tiled menu. Equally, I could have shown it as a normal menu or even a minimal menu that gives me a sneak peek. But actually, I showed it as a tiled menu. Now, on a mobile device like an iPad, an iPhone, a Samsung Galaxy, etc., you typically wouldn't see a menu on the screen when you log in. You typically see a hamburger style menu, and you can set that on a Windows desktop computer you'd like to see the hamburger style menu as well. I'm going to show the menu for now, and we've got a simple screen here just to demonstrate the principles of this app. So first of all, it's asking me to enter some data, the name of a customer, and when I've entered the first 3 characters, it pulls back for me a list of customers that begin with CAR. Here you can see that it's also bringing in the contacts at that customer and some extended details, including the order history and order details. So I've got basic information. I have a navigation menu against each customer that allows me to create a new purchase order, amend the customer, or see the full details of that customer. And that's great, but that looks very much like a lot of desktop apps that you've probably seen. So let's try and have a look at this on a iPad computer, and also see if we can bring this up as well on an iPhone. So here we have the iPhone and the iPad both running exactly the same app. And if we make these slightly small and move them around, what we're able to do is log in on both of these devices, and we can see we have exactly the same screen as we had before. We can put in the same information that we had before. In this case, that would be CAR, and again, in this case, that would be CAR. And so what we've got is the same information in the same app on different devices, except it's not quite the same, is it? If you look closely, you'll see that actually there's a burger menu by default, and when you click on that burger menu, you will see the traditional menu temporarily if you want to, and may that go away again. But there's a lot more changed. These 2 boxes at the bottom for each of the customers have been tabbed together on the iPad to save space. There's the customer details with the order information and the contact, but they're tabbed so they don't take up as much of the real estate. On the iPhone, unfortunately, there was no room at all for those 2 boxes at the bottom, and so they're gone completely, as is the on hold column that you can see on the iPad and over here on the desktop computer. So what's happened to those? Well, we've still got the same menu on both the iPhone and the iPad that we have on the desktop computer that allows us to create a new purchase order, amend the customer, or see the full details of this customer. But on the phone, we have another additional menu. And this additional menu takes us off to 2 new screens, either the order history screen or the contact screen. And we can see the information that you can see here on the Windows desktop computer, and you can see here in the tabbed boxes of the iPad on 2 new screens. So if I just go off to the contacts page, you'll see the contacts for that customer. There's so much more to this SOP app that I could show you. However, hopefully this displays the concept. Now, if I turn the iPad round, you'll see that because the real estate has changed, I've got a much wider screen, but I don't have enough height to show those 2 boxes. So it too has added a new menu to jump off to 2 new screens in order to see the contacts and the order history. Turn it back, and things change again. It tabs up the 2 boxes, actually minimizes my buttons, etc., etc. Now, this is just the simplest of our apps. what we could do is look at some of our other apps, like our example app. Our example app also runs on all the different devices. We've got it here on our desktop computer, but we've also got it here on our iPad. Now on our iPad, this is a fairly typical order entry system, and what we will need at the end is our customer's signature. So we can sign that, we can capture that signature, and we can save the record. And now we've always got that signature as part of that. There's many other things you can do, including showing the different graphs, and these are all added in about 3 or 4 minutes. Everything in this example app is with standard code. There's no customization. And these 4 graphs are just a quarter of the standard graphs available within Evoke. Of course, it's very easy to add web services. Google Maps is a great example of a web service. And we can customize this with changeable longitude and latitude, so we can jump, for example, just to London or back to New York. And if we go back, we can see that we have the ability to add chatbots again in a matter of minutes, where we can interactively communicate with a remote chatbot. It knows who we are, and we can ask it questions such as, what is the best business app builder? And it will tell us quite correctly what the best business app builder is. Beyond these components, there are over 100 different UI widgets that you can use, including images and selections. You can go through and adapt your screen with over 90 different adaptation options. And of course, there is the full component library that Evoke offers, allowing you to perform actions. But aside from the functional actions, you can create real estate that allows you to pin and unpin options. If we look at this, you'll see that I can unpin a box and bring it back. I can lose my box at the bottom and give myself a lot more real estate, but I'm not losing anything. I can bring it back, and that's the pin option within Evoke. There's also the accordion option that puts your users in full control, allowing them to choose which segments are open or closed. But there are things that are done automatically within Evoke. For example, if I need more space in order to read the business name, I just need to touch the header, and I can make an address, for example, a segment, column a lot bigger. So there's lots and lots of different things that you can do. Evoke is designed to ensure that you can create an app with the look and feel that you choose and that you believe is right for your customers. Here you can see how, with Evoke, you can create a look and feel that you want on an iPad, but also create a look and feel that you want on other devices that is different, even if the look and feel that you believe is right is really quite ugly, such as this. Certainly, I'm not the first to say that with great power comes great responsibility. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what we can do with Evoke, and I hope that you will take some time to look further into the capabilities of this business app builder.